Hey, everybody, welcome back to another video. Let's talk about this heavyweight head to head in 2026, SoFi and Betterment. Now, these organizations can help you with their high yield savings feature earn more money and give you higher interest to help you achieve your goals. Maybe you want to use these as a short term investment, quote unquote, also for inflation protection, emergency fund and security. And it can also help you save for a purchase, right? Maybe you're saving for a car. Certainly, that's something that I use these high yield savings accounts for with my wife a couple of years ago when we were saving for a car. And so they can help you in the same way. Now, overall, when it comes to high yield savings specifically, here are five things I personally look for when parking cash. So, number one is, of course, the competitive APY that an organization offers, no fees. And these two, of course, are going to help us earn more money overall. And also, they're easy and relatively quick transfers and withdrawals that helps you with access. And of course, the peace of mind that comes with FDIC insurance. And at the end of the day, I want to say that warm and fuzzy feeling of confidence, trust, and familiarity. So I'm super excited about this video and all the features I can't wait to share with you. And for just meeting, by the way, my goal with this channel is to help you build financial security and freedom through smarter, more confident decisions in your finances, side business, and career. So if you get value today, make sure that you hit the subscribe button, like this video. And if the products I share in this video are for you, feel free to sign up using the links in the description. They do support the channel. All right, so focusing on the big picture, here's the head-to-head comparison. So Betterment, which is a fintech, by the way, a fintech has partnerships with bank, much different than a SoFi, which is a bank. Now, back at 10 years ago, these two organizations were fintechs, but SoFi back in 2022, 2020, I believe, they got chartered and they became a full-blown bank. And so that's the main difference in just kind of like big picture perspective here. So Betterment currently is offering up to 3.9% with a 3.25 base. So the way this works is they give you a 0.65% APY with a qualifying deposit, which is very simple to achieve. So they can give you this 3.9% rate for 3 months. So now, SoFi, on the other hand, is offering up to 4% APY and they're offering a base of 3.3%. Now, one key difference with SoFi is that they require you to have direct deposit in order to make the most of the account. So, if you want to unlock all of the features with SoFi, they do require direct deposit. I'm going to get into all of these details as we go forward in this video. So, when it comes to the bonus for opening an account for SoFi, they give you a 0.7% APY extra for 6 months if you set up direct deposit or you sign up with SoFi Plus, which is a $10 a month membership. And they also give you an up to $300 bonus if you set up direct deposit of $5,000 plus. So I know that I just went through a lot of features right now, but it's important to understand because, hey, that's how you can get the most out of these accounts. Now, both of these organizations are FDIC insured. Betterment has partnerships with FDIC insured banks. Just like SoFi, Betterment on one hand gives you up to $2 million per account per depositor. SoFi, $3 million. I mean, it's safe to say that most of us will be okay with how much insurance, right? Certainly I would be. Now, when it comes to minimum deposits, Betterment has no minimum deposit. SoFi does have a minimum deposit, quote unquote, of whatever the direct deposit it is that you end up setting up. As I mentioned previously, that's key in order to unlock all of the best features that this organization has to offer. Now, maintenance fees, zero for both of them. And that's great if you're somebody, of course, who wants to earn more and keep more in your pocket. So here's the screenshot from Betterment. Here's a screenshot from SoFi and the bonus that they offer. And here I'm going to share a couple of more details on how the SoFi high APY works, how you can earn up to 4%. And I'm just going to help you screenshot this. I'm not going to go through all of the details here, but just rest assured that if you do this, then you'll be able to get that high APY. Now, remember that the interest for high yield savings accounts go up or down based on what the Federal Reserve does. Since interest rates are going down from the Federal Reserve, then it's just expected for these interest rates to go down. So the way I see it, it's just important to take advantage of them for as long as they are this high. So there's more, right? Now, when it comes to account access, both of these organizations allow you to have online access. They have an app. They also got ATMs through checking. Now, one really key difference here when it comes to ATM use is that Betterment does give you ATM reimbursement, whatever it is. It can be foreign, it can be here in the US. And that's a really key distinction, especially if you're somebody that travels a lot, maybe you are on the road, going anywhere, then the ability to use any ATM out there, it's extremely helpful, right? Like, for example, I would just withdraw some cash for some presents for Christmas, and I got charged by my bank, and that made me really reconsider banking with this organization. Right? I was like, man, if I were using like another organization, maybe Betterment, like I wouldn't be paying all these fees, right? SoFi does have a network as well of ATMs with All Point Network, but if you use out of network ATMs, then the organization that hosts the ATM will charge you a fee, and SoFi does not reimburse for that. So when it comes to making deposits, they both of them allow you to do the regular bank transfers, direct deposit, wire transfers, and also, of course, a mobile check deposit. Now, one thing to keep in mind here is that when it comes to wire transfer specifically, if you're somebody that is into this or you need these services, now wire transfers, I've seen it when I used to work at a bank, more used with businesses. But if there's something that you're interested in, Betterment only allows you to bring money into your account via wire transfer. It doesn't allow you to do outbound wire transfers. And SoFi allows you to do it both ways, right? So that's something to keep in mind. Now, you might be wondering, okay, how long does it take to make a withdrawal in order to access my money? Both of these organizations take about 1 to 3 business days. And that's pretty standard with most online organizations out there. Now, if a bank or an organization overall takes about 5 or more business days, to me, that's a little bit too long, a little bit concerning. But I want to say 1 to 3 business days is actually pretty standard and pretty good. Now, when it comes to transfers, a lot of times I see people who complain and they talk about how sometimes transfers take too long, or maybe they got locked out of their accounts in some extreme cases. And one thing that I've learned and that I love to share here with you is that sometimes when you transfer large amounts of money, and especially if your account is brand new and you're doing it frequently, sometimes the bank systems themselves will flag your account and you have to end up calling customer service, and you have to go through the process of verifying your identity, that you're the one that is receiving the money on the other end. I want to say that's a security feature. It's almost like a necessary evil for a lot of banks because of all the fraud and cybersecurity concerns that they have been happening. So it's one of those things that I know is frustrating, but I just want to give you here the heads up that if you're somebody that is going to be going through these transactions that are large, frequent, when your account is brand new, I suggest that you call the bank. Maybe they give you more insight on how you can make this happen without getting held back, frozen out of your account, because I know that can be very, very annoying. So that's just an insight for you right there, just so you don't end up calling customer service going crazy, like, oh my God, where's my money? I got frozen out of my account. It's just like, I know it can be like very, very frustrating. So both of these organizations, of course, offer checking, like high yield savings, investing IRAs. But I want to say that SoFi overall is a much bigger when it comes to all the features that they offer, because they provide high yield savings, of course, they're checking, they got credit cards, they got loans, mortgages, they're just much broader. They also give you investing features just like Betterment with SoFi Invest. So that's just some insight for you in case you're somebody that wants to keep all your financial needs and requirements in one place. Then maybe SoFi could end up being the best option for you. So here's a couple of screenshots from Betterment. Now, both of these organizations, of course, they've been in business for quite a while. So Betterment was established back in 2008 in New York, SoFi in 2011 in Stanford in California. And they both give you unlimited withdrawals per month. So this is great if you're somebody that, hey, life happens and you want to make multiple withdrawals in a single month. That's great. And this is great compared to what some banks out there offer, limiting your transactions from 6 to 10 withdrawals per month from your high yield savings specifically. So the fact that these organizations are still offering unlimited withdrawals, then I think it's very advantageous. And here is the rates and the scores from NerdWallet and Bankrate. And overall, it's satisfactory, right? So for Betterment, we have an average of about 4.6, and then SoFi an average of 4.9. So overall, they're good, right? So overall, really good reviews out there mostly. And the core audience for Betterment, the way I personally see it, is more so savers, investors, beginners. And I want to say for SoFi specifically, more so everyday people with everyday banking needs. And as I mentioned previously, so far it's just much broader and deeper when it comes to the services they provide. All right, so here's what it comes down to. And here's Betterment on one side, up to 3.9% APY for 3 months. No minimum deposit, no monthly fees. They do have ATM reimbursement, FDIC insurance up to $2 million. And of course, they also have investing features available. Now, SoFi up to 4.0% for 6 months with direct deposit. They do have a bonus available up to $300 with $5,000 direct deposit. And they also have insurance up to $3 million. And of course, they also got investing options through SoFi Invest, mortgages, loans, credit cards, like all kinds of stuff. And which one would I choose at the end of the day, right? So I want to say that these organizations address differing needs, and that's what it comes down to. And that is, SoFi on one hand addresses, hey, a really good APY, cash signing bonus up to $300. It has a full financial dashboard. It's almost like if you're looking for a new financial organization, a new financial hub, if you want to ditch your credit union or your regular bank, then maybe, hey, SoFi is a good option. But the key is to set up direct deposit. That unlocks freedom for everything, right? Now, Betterment, I want to say it's a good organization. If, hey, you want a good APY, you don't have to set up direct deposit with these organizations if you want to get their APY for their savings. And also, it's a good organization for you if you are comfortable with the fintech business model. So I would love to know which organization speaks to you the most for your own needs. If you are interested in opening an account with SoFi or SoFi Invest, check the links in the description. And one more thing is, optimizing your savings and investments is smart, but many of you watching this video are also trying to build a side business for real diversification and freedom. Now, personally, the bottleneck I lived for years was not that I didn't know what to do, it was actually chronic overthinking and the inability to commit to one direction without pivoting forever. So, if you're somebody that is stuck in the same loop right now with multiple business ideas, multiple projects, watching time slip by despite knowing that you're capable of making things happen and you feel stuck, I need to speak with you. Click the link in the description to book a free strategy call. We'll diagnose your biggest execution block, your challenges. I know how exhausting this can feel, so make sure that you book a free strategy call today. With that being said, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.